What's up, guys? How are you doing? Is there no one else here? I'm bringing you an updated build for my Stamina Templar. I came out with a build video I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Really, it's a good setup, but I went into it and I did some math on it, and I tweaked some things, moved some stuff around, and this is a lot harder hitting. Similar recovery, similar sustain. These Druze are just going to get it. Similar recovery, a lot more damage, and an alternative to a very popular setup for this. So I'm going to make this as quick as possible. I'm going to go through the sets. I'm going to go through everything as fast as I possibly can, and then I'm going to explain why we're running what we're running. So if you're curious, if you're confused, I will go into all of it. I'll do the math. I will show it for you. That way, because this isn't a setup that most people are running, a little bit more unique. Most people, wouldn't think to run this type of setup for certain reasons. So just dive into it really quick. Not a whole lot has changed, but we're running 5 Ravaging, but this time we're running 2 weapons on the front bar. You only need Ravaging on your jabs bar because it procs off of melee damage. So instead of running 5 body pieces like the last time, we're now running it on the front bar. Sword and axe will be better for the bleed dot and flat damage, but Ravaging stuff is very expensive. I'm debating whether or not I want to invest my AP into sharpened sword and axes, but I just went out and I got 2 maces. They were cheaper. This might come in handy next patch when they nerf penetration. The extra mace pen might be a lot better next patch. But 2 Ravaging on the front bar, defending Maelstrom sword on the back bar. We now, because we're running that on the front bar, we're getting rid of our 2-piece agility. 2-piece agility is good. It gives 1400 max stamina, but if you run it this way, you can then fit 2 monster pieces. So 2 monster pieces of max stam would give you 1800 stamina, which is better than the 2-piece agility. So, sorry, got a little bit of a cold here, but you can either run a proc set. You can run 2-piece Selene. You can run 2-piece Veldreth. You can run whatever you want in this spot, but 2 max stams will be better than the agility. Slime Craw is better than agility, so 2-piece Slime Craw would be very good here. 1-piece Kina, 1-piece Veldreth for maximum damage would be the best. As far as, like, if you don't want to run a proc, I had Selene on this character. I was just fucking around with Selene. Selene obviously hits really, really hard. And then our other piece, obviously we're running 3 body Ravaging, and then we are running 5 7th Legion as well. We are running 3 jewelry, and we are running 2 body pieces. Champion points haven't changed. It's the same as the last patch, or the same as the last video. We got 40 into Warlord, 12 into Siphoner, 11 into Sprinter, 49 into Tenacity, 64 Mooncalf, 34 Tumbling, 27 into Blessed, 20 into Master at Arms, 25 Physical Weapons Expert. Actually, we're going to change that probably a little bit. We're going to get some points out of Precise Strikes here. We're going to get some points out of Blessed because we don't need that much. We'll go like that. We're going to put more points into Master at Arms because we want to wreck face. So we're going to put 37 into Master at Arms, 25 into Physical Weapon Expert, 50 in Ironclad, 43 in Resistant, 32 Hardy, 32 Elemental Defender, 3 into Thick Skin, that's just what was left over, 50 into Quick Recovery for increasing the healing received. As far as our skills go, really quickly, back bar, we're running Shuffle, Extended Ritual, Rally, Restoring Focus, Resolving Vigor, Dawnbreaker of Smiting. Front bar, Crescent Sweep, Jabs, Javelin, Power of the Light, Blood Craze, Repentance. We switched to Crescent Sweep this patch because Dawnbreaker is too easily dodged. Crescent Sweep you can't dodge as easy. It hits hard. It can proc Burning Light. It was already a good ultimate that you were going to debate between the two, but because Dawnbreaker is broken until this next patch comes out, Crescent Sweep is the better ultimate. It's also cheaper, so yeah. So that's the quick updated build video, and now you guys are going to say, hey Else, you fucking dumbass, why are you running 7th Legion? 7th Legion is a heavy armor set, it comes in healthy, you're running healthy jewelry, you are missing out on a lot of damage from not running robust jewelry. That is true if you run the traditional food and everything else. So what 7th Legion has is they do have a specialty ring. And so this 7th Legion ring, you can go pick it up in a guild trader. I got it for 1,000 gold. It is blue. You miss out on 20 stamina, 840 versus 820. But instead of having 3 healthy pieces, you're only running 2 healthy pieces. So it makes up for some of the difference. On top of that, 7th Legion, as we've discussed before, is an amazing set. A very typical Stamplar set right now would be like 5 Ravaging and 5 Automaton. With the way I'm running this, this hits harder than if I ran 5 Automaton. And you're going to say, hey, there's no fucking way that that works this way. You are wrong. You're an idiot. And I understand that, you know, some people are going to look at that, but let me just go into the explanation really quick. 7th Legion Brood is right here. 129 weapon damage, 688 weapon crit, and then 500 weapon damage when you take damage. So in an outnumbered fight against 2 or 3 people, this 7th Legion proc will basically be up all the time, and you get a maximum of 500 weapon damage and 129. So a total for the 5-piece set gives you 629 weapon damage. Strength of the Automaton gives you 400 plus 129, which is great, so that's 529. On top of the max stamina. Max stamina also gives you damage, so you take 967 divided by 10.4. So in total, Automaton gives you 622 weapon damage. 7th Legion fully procced gives you 629. So there's not much of a difference. The difference is Automaton, you have it all the time. 7th Legion relies on a proc when you're outnumbered. But what 7th Legion also has is a heal for the 5-piece. So you have similar damage when you're fighting outnumbered, plus you have a heal. Now, the 5 pieces are basically identical for damage. But what we're missing here is we have 2 healthy rings. So if we had purple Automaton jewelry, that would be 840 stamina twice. So we are missing out on 1,680 stamina, which, you know, is a big deal. We are missing out on some damage that way. However, because we're running 2 healthy pieces, we can then switch our food. And so we switch our food from Dubious Camoran Throne to Lava Foot Soup and Salt Trees. And so what this does is we go from 3192 max stamina to 4575. So we lose 1,680 stamina off of running this jewelry, but we gain 1,064 stamina off of running this food. And so now the difference between the two is about 60 weapon damage. So it's roughly 620. We're missing out on 620 stamina from running a robust jewelry to this, which turns out to be about 60 weapon damage. But on top of that, this gives you 319 stamina recovery. This gives you 457. So you gain 127 stamina recovery, which means that you can now add another weapon damage enchant on your jewelry to make up for the loss, make up for the gain that you have here if you switched it over here. So we will, fully buffed, we will hit harder with this setup compared to the exact same setup with Dubious, with Automaton, with and Ravager. Now, as I said, Ravager is good in that you have that 400 weapon damage all of the time. But in an outnumbered fight, when you're trying to 1vx, your 7th Legion proc is going to be up all the time, and then it's also going to heal you. So it's going to make you more tanky. So even though it doesn't have the uptime of Automaton, you will be able to survive a little bit longer, and you kill more people when you are alive compared to when you're dead. So I'm not saying it's better. You know, you can go into Dark Shade Caverns. You can farm Automaton. Automaton is an amazing set. Like, basically, they're almost the exact same. Or you can go to the Guild Trader, and you can buy two Impen 7th Legion pieces for like 5k a piece, and then you can buy the jewelry for 1K a piece because everybody thinks that they suck. So you decide, how you want to spend, like what you value more. Do you want the survivability and the same damage, or do you just want the flat damage all of the time? As far as potions go, we are running, the same stuff. We're running movement speed, immovable, stam pots. Yeah, so fully buffed, and I'm not gonna be able to show it to you fully buffed because it's a little bit difficult when I'm out here. But these are our stats unbuffed. We have about 34,000 stamina. We have 1750 stamina recovery, 2,700 weapon damage, good resistances. That's outside of our rune. In our rune, it looks like this. When we fully buff, when Ravager procs and when 7th Legion procs, we jump up to 4,600 weapon damage. So our fully buffed damage in a heavy armor set with this build is 4,600 weapon damage, 34,000 stamina, 1,750 stamina recovery. I have not switched an enchant over to more weapon damage because, I'm already hitting so hard as it is. Like I just kept the extra sustain. So yeah, this is the new my new and improved Stamplar build. You can run 2 Selene, like I said, or you can run 2 Max Stam. Next patch, I'm going to go Slime Craw, just because I want my jabs to just wreck. This is just what I had on me. I put my Slime Craw on another character. Don't judge me, or judge me, whatever. But that's the end of the video. If you have any questions, please comment in the section below. I know I might not have explained it super well, but basically, Cliff's Notes is, yes, we are running healthy jewelry, but with 7th Legion, we're only running 2 healthy jewelry. With our food, we make up for the fact that we are running healthy jewelry. So, and on top of that, we get very similar damage outnumbered, but we get more healing because of the 7th Legion passive. So, that's the end of the video. Thank you. Have a nice day.